Good morning or good afternoon, Professor. In this second video of the course Professional Practicum, I'm going to explain an activity related to the second unit of the course, which is Inventions of Today. Now, this class is meant to be worked with 12th graders, as I said in my first video, and as I'm going to say in my other videos, because I'm working with 12th graders. Now, first of all, as always, before starting explaining my class, I want to give my opinion as a teacher regarding this topic and to explain why I consider this topic is important to be worked with 12th graders and why this topic might be useful as well for 12th graders in the future. As we know, today we live in the world of technology, and technology is turning a very big important tool in different working areas all over the world. For that reason, I consider it's important for 12th graders to have a little bit of knowledge regarding some technological inventions of today that can facilitate their lives in terms of work and in terms of education. Now, all of this is because if we are facing a lot of technology today, the students in the future, they will face technology even more. So I consider it's important for them to have some basic tools or some knowledge to handle it. So having said this, I will start explaining my class. The main objective of this class, which is related to the national curriculum, is students will be able to demonstrate accurate domain of certain new technological tools that might help students in their studies by teaching to their classmates how these inventions work. Now, in here, I want to clarify that in this class or lesson, students are the ones who will teach something to their classmates. So, students are the ones who will take the main role in this class, mostly. As a first step in this class, students will form groups of 4 to 5 students approximately. This is considering that we are working with 12th graders. So probably we might have 30 to 35 students approximately. So each group in the class will dedicate 15 minutes to search for an actual technological tool in the context of education. That the purpose is that this tool might be useful for students to help them in their studies processes or in their working processes. So after each group has selected their technological invention or technological tool, the groups have to analyze it. They have to know what is it for, how it works, and what benefits might bring to students. And for this, as I said, students will have the 15 minutes provided. As a second step, after all the groups are ready with their searching, they will start designing the class, in which they will teach to their other classmates how this technological tool they selected works and how this tool might be useful for their other classmates. To plan the class, all the groups will have 30 minutes approximately, and if their groups want, they can use a poster to have all the processes of their class organized, the objectives clear, and what materials they will use. This is only for the groups to have all their general ideas clearer and organized. Finally, as a third step, all the groups will start performing their classes they have designed for their classmates. For this, The groups have to perform a class of 15 to 20 minutes approximately. And after all the groups have performed, the teacher will evaluate the classes of all the groups, taking into consideration their explanations and arguments regarding their technological tools. Nevertheless, considering that in this case we're talking about a class of 12th graders, that means that probably we could have 30 to 35 students approximately. So that means that we could have in the class 6 to 7 groups. So that means that probably not all the groups will be able to perform in the same class. So this means that probably there will be some groups who will have to perform a next class. Now, this activity presented promotes interaction and communication among students who play the leading role of this class, because students have to develop the class activities in group-based works. And finally, this activity presents advantages for learning because it is mainly focused on a real-life context topic to benefit a more real-life learning among students. So, Professor, this has been the presentation of my activity. Thank you so much for listening.